Moorea did not hold back. We swam with stingrays, we snorkeled with sharks, we even swam in the ocean with humpback whales. It was surreal. It was unforgettable, beautiful. But it came with a twist. Doug ended up in the ER after our last swim.
Yeah, this episode is about the thrill and the beauty and the reality of chasing adventure in French Polynesia. I'm Doug, this is Leah, and we are Go Travel Life.
Our first full day in Moorea, we had a group tour with Akivailagoonadventures, where we were going to visit a couple snorkeling spots, go see the turtles, and a must-do when you're on Moorea is to go to Coco Beach for lunch, and then they would bring us back to the Hilton. Guys, this boat was beautiful. 2 stories, super cushy. They had drinks and snacks, and our captain and guide were just fabulous for the day. Our first stop was snorkeling. We were with sharks, stingrays, tons of beautiful fish. So enjoy some of the scenery. We got lucky and found green sea turtles gliding through the lagoon near Coco Beach. Calm, ancient, absolutely mesmerizing. This is a view of Coco Beach. We're almost there, but it wasn't time for lunch yet. So we snorkeled in a coral garden right outside of here, and then we had a coconut demonstration.
Brown, like me, is right, and someone of you not right. Okay, so you have to look when you start turning brown, and you have to shake it. When you heard water inside, it's good. Okay?
Okay.
And here you have the front back, the front part, and the back. Okay? So, at the back it's more soft. And you heard the sound. Better to put the sharp stick in the back. Okay? We use a sharp stick like that. Yep. You plant on the ground. Up. And here we go.
Well, you made that look good.
Yeah.
The part is
Gotta get in front of it.
Here you go.
so Thai people make a contest
If I could.
for opening.
Oh yeah.
So for the record, 3 seconds.
Really?
3
Yeah.
seconds. Oh.
And for the woman, 2 days. This is why they stay on the kitchen. And here you have the 2 eyes and the mouth. You see?
Oh.
And you have the line here. You have to crack on the line. Okay. For you, what you use for opening? shed. 45. So here we use a stick. Okay, see the line here to look between the eyes, and you hit one shot. That's a drink.
Coco Beach is only accessible by boat. There is no dock, so you do need to step into the water to get onto the island. The food was fabulous, very fresh. Pro tip, they prioritize meals by when your boat is leaving, so be sure and communicate with them when you plan to leave, and you may get your food a little bit faster.
It is primitive, so here are your picnic tables. One of the things we noticed is that people were doing a lot of swimming and snorkeling, kids playing in the sand, so you've got plenty to do while you're waiting for your food. The food was fantastic. We did have a couple people need to send their dish back to be warmed up, but otherwise, super fresh, super good.
Yeah.
Next up, we did a street food tour with a local. I booked this via Viator, but here is the direct contact information if you prefer to book direct. Fantastic half-day tour.
Bananas, and this is a type of banana, this is a type of banana, this is a type of banana. So we got 3, but there's probably like 15 different types even over there. Look, these are the Fairlane bananas. Same thing with the limes, avocado. They're huge, but there's probably like 20 different varieties of avocados. So good.
As we were riding in a vehicle for this one, we did make a couple stops at some beautiful overlooks, and in this one, we were able to try roasted chestnuts or mope.
Chow mein casse croûte, which is basically a baguette with chow mein in it. Mix of all the Chinese culture, the French culture here. Yeah.
Our second stop was Moe's Cafe, a second-story little restaurant, and we had poisson cru and tuna as our highlights here.
So much fun, some good laughs. So don't forget, have a conversation at the dinner table or the lunch table. Get to know your neighbor. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for prompting me. Thank you. Those are great prompts. Yeah.
Here we are. 2 different dishes over here. We have so we have another raw fish dish. So earlier we had poisson cru le coco, which is coconut milk, the traditional Tahitian way. But then we also have poisson cru chinois. Chinois meaning Chinese. Both of these dishes are 2 dishes that the Chinese community created while living here, with what they found here, which is what similar what their flavor profile. Right. So you got to remember, when the French arrived, they brought flour, bread, cream, butter. Chinese brought vinegar, rice, soy sauce, oyster sauce, and a lot of vegetables. There's a tree right across the street over there. I'll show you. You pick this off the tree, obviously. Breadfruit and the taro root. That was our 2 main starches in the Tahitian.
This dish is the poisson cru chinois that he talked about. There is a pork stir fry, rice, and then breadfruit, which is cooked as French fries, and they were fabulous. This is Scenic Stop 2, and we're overlooking a pineapple plantation across the way, and we had a sweet snack. This is a choux la crème pastry. Turn over. Look at that.
Our last stop was Ruturi Juice Factory and Distillery.
It's a brown, but it's a secret recipe, more than 40 years, that one. I don't know. Okay, here. Okay, where are you from? Michigan?
I'm from Chicago, but Texas originally.
Texas. Oh yeah. Oh, you look like a famous actress.
No, I'm from Arizona.
Okay, so this is my Thai, 8%. After that one, I make a travel different type of alcohol. Okay. Stay to the bar, no move. I sing in the Tahitian language inside.
Yeah.
It's from Chicago.
Wow, that's
Okay,
wonderful.
là-bas. Yes, sir. Okay, the coconut liqueur is more better than Malibu.
Okay.
20%. Right? 20, yeah? Là-bas, 20%, you know? Lychee now, 20%. Lychee, the red fruit. I put in here, like this, splash. Good. Go for you, sir, like this.
All right.
Hey, so we just returned from pretty much half a day street food tour through Viator. We booked it. It's called the Moorea Street Food Tour, and I will put a link up actually in the description. We'll put the link in the description, but I'll also pop up a picture of a direct link up here if you wish to book with them directly, because they do offer that as an option. But they picked us up here at the hotel. We made 5 or 6 different
I think there were
stops.
6 stops.
Yeah, and they weren't. It wasn't just overwhelming food, which is great. We did everything you'll see in the video from, the pineapple tasting all the way through to several different snack type restaurants and one sit down restaurant where we had 4 tastings. All of the food is very local, very fresh. He spent a lot of time talking about the history of the island, where you have the indigenous folks, Polynesian folks, the Chinese, I'm sorry, and the French.
Yeah,
So
3 different cultures.
all of those cultures coming together to create things like, or some of the most creative foods you had.
So what I typically don't like raw fish, but today I tried 2 different kinds of this poisson cru, which is, he told us that the locals probably eat it 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really liked it, and I liked it enough that we picked up some for the dinner tonight. So
it's a win for me since he doesn't eat raw fish.
Yeah, it was very soft, and
Yeah,
the
very
texture
good.
was great. And
Yeah.
I might have turned a table here.
I think one of the other things that the Kose Kroot, I think I'm saying that right, but they do basically baguettes that have like Chinese things on them, like chow mein. So
Yeah.
we had a chow mein baguette kind of tasting, and while that sounds really gross, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's the second one we had because we did try it in Bora Bora. So this one was, I would say, had a lot more vegetables in it than what we had off the port of Bora Bora. As well, like we would stop and take in the view at a particular location, and then he would bring out the roasted mope, which is chestnuts. Even in I think the last stop we had these like bonbons, basically cream filled puffs that are
Those
like
were
a
good.
specialty.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they were. So anyway, it's a really good day. Can highly recommend it. He spent the way back dropping everybody off at their hotels, giving us local restaurant recommendations for both dinner and lunch for everybody while they're here.
And we also stopped at the distillery / juice factory.
the roturi. Yeah, we've got a picture of that
Yeah,
too.
that
Mhm.
was nice.
We came back with a container of Mai Tais, and literally they say they are the original place for Mai Tais. So now we have to drink that in 3 days.
So yeah, all in all, a really good day. We enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, highly recommend.
We gave ourselves 1 day at the Hilton to enjoy the property, and our last day we spent whale watching and swimming with the whales. All right, we're all
Okay.
suited up.
Time for shark.
Yeah, that was a bit concerning. They told us to put our hand over our
All
head.
get in a row so we look bigger.
That's time for sure. Let's hope we don't see any.
Okay. Tell my children I love them. Your baby's mom.
Grandma got eaten by a shark.
It's not funny.
That'd be bad.
So there are a lot of rules that need to be followed when you go to try to swim with the whales. First of all, only 3 boats can be around a whale at any given time, and they can be no closer than 100 meters, which means you've got to be able to swim a little bit farther than the length of a football field in the open sea to get to them. We went by several different whale sightings, but were unable to get to any of them because there were already numerous boats, 3 in session and others waiting. So we had to keep going.
Here we are waiting for the whales. They were supposed to be here about 20 minutes ago. So far they haven't showed up. So we spotted 2 whales. There are currently 3 groups swimming with the whales in the water. The seas are really rough and we're waiting our turn. We're up next. The seas were very rough, so after the 100-meter swim, we were both exhausted. It's very difficult to get the video camera trained on the whale. So unfortunately, our pictures are not as good as we would like to have.
So that was our exciting 3 excursions in Moorea. We did block one day out so we could just relax and enjoy the hotel. I will say, you know, just comments on the whale watching. First of all, we apologize for the quality of the video. It was absolutely exhausting to swim that distance. And by the time we got out there, because you have to go very quickly in a row, we were tired. And, you know, we're...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not the strongest swimmer in the world, and I did swallow some water through my snorkel on the way out there. I assume it was on the way out there. And I ended up in the ER. So I got back to the hotel. Everything was fine. About 2 hours later, I started to really have trouble breathing, and I had a fever. I couldn't get warm enough. So Leah and our friend Curtis talked me into going to the ER. He actually drove me, and it was a good thing we did. They, they gave me some Tylenol, and they gave me an antibiotic in the end. And
aspiration pneumonia.
Yeah, he called it, the doctor at the ER called it a lung infection because he could hear things in my lung. But once we got back home, we went to my doctor for a follow-up, and she called it something different. Same thing, just a different term for it.
Yeah. So with that said, there are a lot of tour operators all around French Polynesia to take you out to swim with the humpbacks. It is a magical experience. I mean, being able to see them and see them breach right in front of you. Suggestion would be we did meet some people who said they trained for several months just to pool.
Good idea. Yeah.
I think the being in the afternoon added to the rough seas you could see from the boat. It was really rocking by the time we got out there. So not only are you swimming in a line, you're swimming fast, swells, you're swimming against the swells. It maybe look at morning time might have been a little calmer, as well as because we had to keep going because all the other sites were busy. Maybe morning would have been a better choice, but just think about it. Make sure you read the reviews and take their precautions seriously. We also had a little extra pressure on us because there was only 4 people in our group because 2 people didn't show up. And the guide basically told us if one person needs to turn back, we all need to turn back. So
a little peer pressure.
Pressure.
If you're the guy who has to turn back. So
yeah.
We did our best. We got out there. It all happened. It just swallowed some water, too much water. So.
Yep. So Moorea was incredible. We would go back there in a minute. It was just incredible. The amount of time we spent in the water, swimming with the whales, the sharks, the stingrays. It's just, it's one of the most beautiful places we've ever been.
Yeah, for sure.
We did stay at the Hilton Moorea. We were blessed to be able to book an overwater bungalow as part of a group rate. And that video will be up next.
If you found this video at all helpful, please like and subscribe. It really helps out our channel. Doesn't cost you anything, so we appreciate you watching.
Thank you.